Xbox's Series X is freaking trash. It can't even run a game that is 1,000 times bigger than all of the average games that we play right now at 60 frames a second. Xbox is trash. Throw it in the garbage. They lied to us. We even have a statement from Aaron Greenberg saying that 60 FPS will be the standard on first party games. Well, that was a lie. 30 frames per second is the future for Xbox. So, yeah, that's sad. Not one PlayStation game out there, not one, has launched without a 60 FPS mode yet. So, welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. If I'm Andrew, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Man, I've been listening to a lot of ignorance all day today. A lot of stupidity, a lot of just, people wanting to be mad for no reason and mad because somehow Xbox lied to them or they're not respecting our purchase and so much, man, just so much. And you know what, dude? I don't work for Xbox. I simply like the console that they sold me and all the games that they showed me. I'm excited to play them. Oh well, man, and I talk about that. I don't work for Xbox. They don't pay me. So quit coming to me with your negative comments, dude. I don't care. I'm not a Xbox fan. I'm not a PlayStation fanboy. I'm not a PC fanboy. I'm a video game fanboy. First and foremost, always have been, always will be. Not going to let some plastic box stop me from playing anything that I want to play. And then I just got done playing the Final Fantasy demo. Freaking incredible. I love it. I love how the story's going. I love the more realistic tone to that game. Gosh, it's awesome. But guess what? It's still blurry. There's still performance issues on the PlayStation 5, man. It barely runs at a 60 frames per second in the performance mode. You can tell it's not perfect. You can tell, I mean, like it's 1440p or 1080p. 1440p or 1080p. So if you're a PlayStation zealot over there trying to convince Xbox people that their game, that Starfield's not going to be good, you guys should probably just close your mouth, go sit back in the corner and brood about the terrible or the mid showcase that PlayStation showed you for all your games as service games. You guys should probably just not even talk. You should probably just be quiet. Because no, Xbox Series S did not hold Final Fantasy 16 back in any way, shape, or form. Period. But guess what? I got a 1440p monitor, so I get to enjoy that game. And I get to have fun with it. I don't have to sit and look at my $2,000 expensive TV and be like, gosh dang it, it's blurry. You know what I mean? Gosh, you guys. Now for the Xbox guys. It's 30 frames per second. Get over it. Don't play it. Seriously, like I don't know what else to tell you guys. I seriously don't know what else to tell you guys. Starfield looks freaking amazing. It looks amazing. When I look at Starfield, man, when they're showing the pictures and I'm looking at that big tall mountain in the background, I'm like, dude, I can walk all the way over to the top of that mountain. I can land my ship and walk on foot to the top of that mountain, or way over that way, or way over that way, or wherever I want to go. I can literally walk across all 1,000 planets in that game. I can land at a base and I can walk around there and talk to NPCs and find missions and go on things. I can go and explore this freaking galaxy to my heart's content. And you know what, man? Them biomes, they look pretty cool. I was pretty excited with all the different biomes and the different planets that they showed us. I was like, gosh dang, that's pretty cool. And you know what else I was thinking? I was like, gosh dang, man, could you imagine if they just like randomly had stuff like on planets? Like if you're out there exploring and you just randomly come across some really cool gear or some loot or something like that would be insane, man. That would like literally give you a reason to go and look for things, or even maybe have like some lore, of like different planets, of like different civilizations or something like that you can go and explore and like find things like an archaeologist or something. Man, that would be so freaking cool, man. Just the possibilities with Starfield to me seem freaking endless. Now, when you've got a game with 1,000 different planets, and you're trying to, get things and put them together so that all the systems work, and so that you can actually be in this game and enjoy it and have tons of content to go out there and play, I think maybe that might take a little bit of precedent over 60 frames per second mode. I know they want to get this game to launch. They'll, if they can bring you a 60 frames per second, like, I'm pretty sure they would do that. I'm pretty sure that they would go through and optimize things maybe a little more and keep pushing things. And, if it's possible, be like, hey guys, we made it so we can. Xbox has been dropping content like that a lot. They've been, iterating on these games and dropping stuff, and that's been pretty cool. And that Todd Howard and Bethesda are going to continue to work on Starfield. They're going to continue to bring content to it. They're going to continue to make this experience even better than it is going to be at launch. You're going to have mod support. You're going to have people out there making mods and doing things. And Starfield is going to be incredible. Incredible. Now, I get the whole 60 frames per second thing. And, Aaron Greenberg lied to us and Phil Spencer lied to us. They said it was the most powerful console. I get that, guys. I bought my PC. I paid over $2,500 for that. That's equivalent to 5 Xbox Series X's. I'm lucky if I get 1440p over 60 frames a second on some of these newer titles. I'm lucky if I can even turn up my settings because I run out of VRAM. When I bought that freaking PC, everything ran smoothly. Everything ran great. I was like, whoa, this is incredible. But not even a year later, I'm like, man, dude, I can barely even run these games anymore. I don't feel bad that you paid $500 for a console that they're going to continue to keep optimizing for and blah, blah, blah. And it's going to do good. You only had to buy that one console, for the next, 5 to 7 years. Man, I got to upgrade my graphics card within the next year or two. I got to upgrade my PC within the next year or two. I mean, like, dang. Like, I don't feel bad for the console people, man. Like, if you bought a console, and I know this might sound a little bit rude or whatever, but if you bought a console because that's what you prefer, because you don't want the hassle of anything else, you don't want the hassle of PC, B, it's what you could afford, or C, you're just a console warrior fanboy, and that's what you wanted to do, is just stick with that. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but the constant bashing of these developers that I see the gaming community do, it's like we sit and beg them, hey man, we want a cool game. But then when they go out of their way to try to make you a cool game, like Forspoken or Starfield or any of these games that they go out and take a chance on, because it takes them like 5 years to develop this. So somebody's paying for that for 5 years, and the bills add up, and then they got to sell that product one way or another. When you got people like Dreamcast guy coming out with his little stupid faces and complaining about everything, I'm like, wow, dude, do you even like video games, or do you just like to trash video games so that you can get the clicks, man? Like, that's what I feel. That's what I feel when it comes to this whole YouTube thing. Like, I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. It's getting to be extremely annoying. Like, there's things that I don't like about the PlayStation. There's very few things that I don't like about the Xbox. I mean, I'm not exactly excited to see like the first games that are coming out that are full next gen being like 30 frames per second, like Redfall and Starfield. Like, I'm not exactly like happy about that. But when you look at something like Starfield with global illumination, that's ray tracing. That's going to affect the CPU like heavily. That's going to bog it down so that it can't always hit 60 frames per second. And then if you sit there and you're like, oh man, well, we should just get rid of global illumination, then they got to bake in textures, they got to bake in freaking lighting, they got to bake in shadows, all kinds of that stuff. And then that's going to take up a way big chunk of your hard drive, a huge chunk of hard drive for that to all be possible. And still at a lower resolution. You'll still be rocking that game at like at 60 frames a second at like 1080p. Like 1080p, maybe 1440p or whatever. So the trade-offs, I can understand where Todd and Bethesda were going with this. Like, I understand completely. I'm like, they want you to have a visual showcase They want you to explore these planets, and they want it to look amazing. That like, they want it to look amazing. They want you to be in space and be like, oh, wow, this looks great. I get that. And me personally, I kind of appreciate that, because I mean, if you got a blurry, fuzzy, low resolution space experience that looks like a Bethesda game, man, you're probably going to write that one off. You're probably going to write that one off. I'm not even joking, man. Like, I seen the PlayStation fanboys write off Forspoken because it was 720p at 45 frames a second. They're probably going to do the same thing with Final Fantasy 16, because it's 45 frames per second at 1080p, upscaled to 1440p, and 1440p upscaled to 4K at the, like, I can already see it. Like, in my 2 hours of playing that game, I could literally, I could see plenty of spots in there where people were going to be like, "Ooh, man!" I could see, like, I could just hear the PlayStation fanboys in the background, like, "That's not quality." I could just hear them. I could literally just hear them complaining about it not being quality, especially on their 4K TVs. Like, "That's not quality. I can see how guys blurry." Like, I'm literally standing in a yard, bro, with another dude, like 20, 30 feet away from me, and he looked blurry. Like, I couldn't make out his face or nothing. And I'm like, wow, dude, like, I could definitely see the PlayStation fanboys going ham on this game. And that sucks, man, because you're going to have Dreamcast guy out there. Well, maybe not him. Well, maybe he will. Maybe he'll see that and other people will say it, and then he'll jump right on the bandwagon. I don't know, man. That just sucks. It really does suck. I can tell you firsthand from playing this game, I love it, man. I think it's incredible. I think the way that they went with this Final Fantasy game is second to none, man. I love the way the game looks. I love the way the game feels. I like the oh man, I like it. I cannot wait to freaking sit down and play the rest of this game, man. It's incredible. It's incredible, man. This is a good get for PlayStation. It just sucks that it's tied to the PlayStation 5 hardware right now, man. This is a game that I would love to play on my PC at a native resolution, at a stable frame rate, because right now, I mean, like, the frame rate wasn't too bad. It wasn't like ruining my gameplay, but when I'm turning the camera and stuff and I'm seeing the shutter and you know what I mean? Like, I want it to be a better overall performance experience, but I'm going to play it and I'm going to enjoy it. Like, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So I don't want to hear, like, a lot of people come sitting here just going to town complaining all the time about these games and everything else, man. I want you guys to be able to enjoy them, man. I want you guys to be able to enjoy games. That's why I do this channel. That's why I try. I'm not even joking, man. Buying that PC put so much into perspective for me. It literally put a lot into perspective for me. Like, I'm sitting here like, how can I get mad at a $500 box when my $2,500 box doesn't even do what it was supposed to do? How can I get mad at a $500 box when the PC cost me 5 times the amount and I can't even do what I want that to do? How can I be mad? How can I be mad at the Xbox? How can I be mad at the Xbox Series S or the PlayStation 5? Like, seriously, how can I be mad at him? The PC is already freaking underperforming, and it's not even 2 years old. It's not even 2 years old. So, if you guys like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.